Sorry, we'll celebrate another time. Something came up. My family texted as I waited alone at my promotion dinner. I paid the $780 bill, said nothing, and went home. 3 hours later, I saw their photos, celebrating my brother's new car. I canceled the $2,300 rent transfer, froze their credit cards, and dropped a sealed envelope on their doorstep. It just said, "Open together." By morning, 78 missed calls. Hey everyone. Before we dive in, I have a quick favor to ask. If you enjoy content like this, please hit the subscribe button. It's free, supports the channel, and ensures you never miss out on amazing videos. Alright, let's get started. I was sitting alone at the restaurant, checking my phone every few minutes. The waiter had already been by twice, giving me those polite, slightly pitying smiles as I mumbled something about waiting for my family. It was supposed to be my promotion dinner. The first big celebration in my life since ever. They knew how important it was to me. I'd sent the invitation weeks in advance, making sure the date worked for everyone. Mom even promised she'd bake that ridiculous 3-layer cake I loved as a kid. "We're so proud of you, honey," she said. "It'll be a night to remember." An hour passed. The waiter refilled my water glass and offered to take my order. I told him I'd wait a bit longer. I could feel people staring. A man in a suit sitting alone at a table set for 6. Then my phone buzzed. I almost knocked over the wine glass trying to grab it. It was a group text from my family. "Sorry, we'll celebrate another time. Something came up." That was it. No explanation, no apology. I just stared at the message until the words started to blur. Then I did something I hadn't done since I was a kid. I went completely still. No emotion, no reaction. I just put the phone down, folded my hands on the table, and sat there, trying to ignore the lump in my throat. The waiter returned. I couldn't meet his eyes. "I'll take the check," I said quietly. When it arrived, I barely glanced at the total, $1,780. I handed over my card without a word. On the drive home, I didn't turn on the radio. I needed the silence to settle around me. When I got to my apartment, I didn't go inside right away. Just leaned against the car, staring at the city lights. Curiosity got the better of me eventually. I unlocked my phone and checked social media. There they were, Mom, Dad, my sister, and my brother, all gathered around a shiny new car, my brother's car. The caption read, "Celebrating our amazing son's new ride. So proud of you." My jaw tightened. It wasn't just the car. It was all a massive lie, that they'd forgotten about me, that they couldn't make it, that something came up. No, they just didn't care. I went inside and dropped onto the couch. I wasn't angry. I wasn't even hurt anymore. Just done. Without overthinking it, I opened my banking app and canceled the $2,300 rent transfer I'd set up for my parents' house. Then I froze the credit cards I'd co-signed for my sister. I grabbed an envelope from the drawer, wrote one line on a piece of paper, and sealed it. Drove back across the city to their house and dropped it on the doorstep. The note said, "Open together." I went home, turned off my phone, and let the emptiness take over. By morning, I woke to 78 missed calls. 3 days, nothing but dead silence. I thought they'd finally realized what they'd done. Maybe they were ashamed. Maybe they were rethinking everything. But that was just wishful thinking. On the 4th day, my phone rang at 7 a.m. The bank. "Mr. Anderson, we've detected suspicious activity on your joint accounts. Someone attempted to change the password and link a new phone number." My sister. The moment I froze the credit cards, she must have tried to regain access. I changed every password again, activated 2-factor authentication, and cut them off completely. I thought that was enough. I was wrong. The first strike came from my mother. Her Facebook post hit like a sledgehammer. Family should always stick together. It's heartbreaking when someone forgets that. Over money. Over 50 likes. Dozens of comments from aunts, uncles, cousins. "Stay strong, dear. He'll come to his senses." Every family has its troubles. Troubles, they called it. Trouble that I stopped being their personal ATM. I clenched my jaw and stayed quiet. Then it was my father's turn. He didn't hide behind social media. He texted me directly. "Time to grow up. You can't keep running away. This is family. Fix this before it's too late." And then my sister, 3 texts in rapid succession. "Are you serious? This isn't funny anymore. Unlock the cards. Mom's crying. Dad's furious. You're acting like a lunatic. You've always been so selfish. Now everyone can see it." I didn't reply. I just sat in the dark, staring at my phone, my fingers trembling. But they weren't done. 30 minutes later, my boss called. His voice was careful. Too careful. "Hey, we got a call. Some woman claiming to be your mom said she's worried about you, that you're making dangerous decisions. Just wanted to check if everything's okay." I felt the ground shift beneath me. They weren't just trying to guilt me. They were trying to ruin me. I told my boss the truth in a few quick, clipped sentences. His tone softened immediately. I figured it was something like that. "Don't worry, your job is safe. I'll block any further calls from that number." I hung up, breathing hard. My own family was trying to paint me as unstable. But they weren't just desperate. They were getting dangerous. And I knew they wouldn't stop. I dug deeper. Logged into the shared family cloud storage I had set up years ago, the one they never bothered to change the password for. The evidence was all there. Screenshots of a family group chat without me, laughing at me, calling me the family ATM. My sister's message, "If he doesn't cave, we'll just tell everyone he stole from Mom's account. They'll believe us over him." My dad's texts to relatives, "He's just throwing a tantrum. He'll come crawling back like always." And my mom's direct message to my sister, just keep saying he's unstable. Make them feel sorry for us. My own blood. They weren't just manipulating me, they were planning to destroy me. I saved everything, every screenshot, every voice message, every cruel joke. And then I made my move. I created a new email account, wrote a calm, factual message attaching all the evidence. I sent it to every single relative who had liked my mother's Facebook post. Subject line, the truth about your perfect family. Within minutes, my phone buzzed nonstop, texts, calls, notifications. My aunt. I had no idea. I'm so sorry. My cousin. I defended them. I feel sick. My father's best friend. This is disgusting. They lied to all of us. I thought it was over. I thought they'd finally realize I wasn't their pawn anymore. But then my father left a voicemail. His voice was ice cold. His words slow, deliberate. You think you're hurting us? You have no idea what you've started. I've got friends too, and you won't see what's coming. I replayed the message, letting it sink in. They wanted war. Fine. I could give them war. I logged into my bank account, canceled every shared account, changed passwords, activated security alerts. I froze my credit, reported their cards as compromised, and removed my name from the lease of their house, the house I'd been paying for. But I didn't stop there. I wrote a short comp post on social media. I have supported my family emotionally and financially for years. In return, they have tried to manipulate and lie about me. For those who believe their side of the story, I have proof. I will not be silenced. I will not be used. Not anymore. Within minutes, the comments exploded. Supportive messages, shocked reactions, and a few people defending my family, until I started dropping screenshots in the replies. Their own words, their own betrayal. My mother called, sobbing. My sister texted, calling me a monster. My father's threats became louder, but now they were desperate, and I just watched it all burn. I thought it was over. I thought they would finally disappear. But the messages kept coming. Desperation turned to anger, then back to begging. My mother's endless pleas, my father's threats, my sister's attempts at guilt, all of them clawing at me through the screen, until one morning, a single message slipped through. Please, just one conversation, just you and me, I need to see you. My first instinct was to ignore it, to block her like I had blocked the rest. But something stopped me. Maybe I needed to hear it from her. Maybe I needed to watch her lie to my face one last time. I replied. Her answer came instantly. The park, by the old oak. Fine, if she wanted to talk, we talked. But this time I wasn't coming as her son. I was coming for the truth. The park hadn't changed in years. The same cracked path, the same ancient oak tree with a twisted trunk that I used to climb as a kid. I parked a little farther down the road, letting the engine cool while I just stared at the tree through the windshield. Mom was already there, sitting on the old wooden bench beneath it, her hands clasped in her lap, shoulders slumped. The perfect picture of a grieving mother. I almost turned the car around, almost let her drown in her own guilt. But I needed this. I needed to hear it from her mouth. I stepped out, walked down the path. Leaves crunched under my shoes. I almost expected her to look up and smile like she used to call out my name and ask if I remembered the time I fell off that tree and she bandaged my knee. But the woman who looked up at me wasn't the mother I remembered. Thank you for coming, she whispered, her voice already thick with tears. I didn't sit. I stood right in front of her, arms crossed. You asked for this. Say what you need to say. Her tears came fast, always the actress. Honey, I know you're upset. I know things have gotten out of control, but this is tearing us apart. Your father is devastated. Your sister is... Stop. My voice was cold, sharp. I watched the tears freeze in her eyes. Don't waste time trying to guilt me. Just tell me why. Why what? She whispered, looking genuinely confused. Why did you turn me into your personal bank account? Why did you let them lie about me, call me unstable, call my boss, tell the family I stole from you? Her face twisted, panic replacing the false sorrow. I never. I pulled out my phone, tapped the screen, and a voice came blaring out. My father's voice, slow and venomous. You have no idea what you started. I've got friends too, and you won't see what's coming. Her face went pale. Want to hear more? I asked. Maybe the part where you and Olivia planned to tell everyone I stole from you? Her eyes widened. No, you don't understand. Your father was just angry. He didn't mean it. And Olivia, she's lost. Lost. I stepped closer, leaning over her. No, she's very clear about what she wants. My money, my reputation, my life, and you helped her. Her voice broke. I never wanted it to go this far, but it did. I snapped. It did because you let it. Because you were so busy protecting their lies, you forgot I wasn't just your bank. I was your son. Her tears returned. Please, you have to understand, we were scared. We thought you would leave us. And I did leave you, I warned. Birds scattered from the tree branches above. I left because you used me. I left because every time I came back, you bled me dry. But now you're angry because I finally bled back. I saw something change in her eyes. The tears stopped, her voice hardened. You think you're the victim here? You've always been so dramatic, always needing to be the hero, always making us feel guilty for everything. I laughed, a sharp, bitter sound. Guilty? You don't even know what that means. Do you know how much I've paid for you? The rent, the groceries, the credit cards Olivia maxed out because she knew I'd cover them. Do you even know how much you owe me? Money, she spat, her voice rising. Always about money with you. We're your family. Then where was my family when I sat alone at that restaurant? Where were you while you were celebrating my brother's new car, with the money I gave you? Where was my family when you called my boss, trying to ruin my life? Her mouth opened, then closed. No answer, just the mask slipping, the frustration turning to anger. You've always been so ungrateful, she hissed. We raised you, we gave you everything, and this is how you repay us? Everything? I stepped closer, holding my phone up to her face, swiping through screenshots. Here's everything. Your texts calling me dramatic, Olivia's messages planning to accuse me of stealing, Dad's voice threatening me. That's your everything. Stop, she whispered, shaking her head. Please stop. No, not this time. I took a step back, staring at her, not as my mother, but as a stranger. I'm done. With you, with them, with pretending this is a family. Her face twisted in desperation. You can't do this. You can't just walk away. I already did. I turned, walking back down the path. Her voice followed me, shrill now, frantic. If you leave, don't come back. Do you hear me? Don't you dare come back. I didn't even look over my shoulder. I won't. My phone buzzed in my pocket as I reached the car. Messages flooding in from relatives, some shocked, some trying to mediate, some calling me cruel. But I didn't care. I got into the car, slammed the door, and sat there staring at the park. Then the phone rang, an unknown number. I almost ignored it, but something told me to answer. Hey, it's me, a voice whispered. My brother, the golden child, the one they celebrated instead of me. I heard what happened. Can we talk? After I left my mother sobbing on that park bench, I knew one thing. My family would never change. They wouldn't understand. They wouldn't apologize. They would only find new ways to break me. But they underestimated one thing. I was done being broken. That night, I called Uncle Henry, the only family member I still trusted. He was my father's older brother, but my father never had any power over him. Henry was a well-known businessman, respected by some, feared by most. How long have you known they were using you? He asked, after I told him everything, from the manipulation to the threats. Too late, I answered bitterly. I spent years thinking that if I was good enough, they would change. People don't change unless they have a reason, Henry said, his voice calm. Your mistake was giving them everything without making them fight for it. But that can be fixed. How much do they owe you? I listed the amount. The rent I paid for their house. The credit cards they drained without asking. The money I gave my sister, over and over. Even the cost of that abandoned promotion dinner. Understood, Henry said, direct as always. Leave it to me. 3 days. Exactly 3 days later, I received a text. The money will be returned, but your father won't forget this humiliation. I didn't ask how Henry made them pay. I didn't care. I just watched as the money trickled back into my account. Small amounts at first, then larger sums. I imagined my father seething as he was forced to pay me back. My mother crying and trying to justify everything. My sister blaming me for it all. But their emotions didn't matter anymore. For the first time in years, I thought only about myself. I made the next decision quickly. I was going to disappear from their lives. Disappear so completely that they would never find me. I found a new job in another city, a high-paying, promising position. A company that valued my skills without asking questions about my past. They saw me as a professional, not someone's pawn. I rented a spacious modern apartment in the city center, with floor-to-ceiling windows overlooking the skyline. I bought new furniture, threw away everything old, no family photos, no gifts, nothing that reminded me of them. This was my life, my rules. But even in my new place, I couldn't completely escape their shadows. First, it was calls from unknown numbers. I blocked them. Then letters arrived at my old address. My mother begging for forgiveness. My father spewing anger. My sister trying to justify herself. I didn't read them. One day my phone rang. It was Uncle Henry. Your father tried to find you. He offered me money for your address. You didn't tell him, did you? I asked, though I already knew the answer. I told him to forget about you, but they won't stop. And they didn't. My father tried calling my new job, pretending to be a concerned relative. I had already warned HR, so they shut him down. My mother created a new social media account, trying to message me from there. Blocked. My sister reached out through Henry, begging him to give me her number. He forwarded me her message. Tell him I've changed. Tell him I'm sorry. Please give him my number. I replied to Henry with one word, ignore. Henry understood. He always did. Weeks turned into months. I settled into my new life. I woke up without dread. I went to work, returned to my quiet, sunlit apartment, explored the city on weekends. I made new friends who didn't know my family, who saw me for who I was. And for the first time, that was enough. But even as I enjoyed my new life, there were nights when I sat by the window, staring at the city lights, feeling a strange emptiness. I wondered how I could have been so blind, how I spent years chasing their approval. Did I ever love them, or did I just need them to love me? No. I realized I didn't miss them. I missed the idea of a family, one that never really existed. I thought I had escaped them. But in reality, I had escaped myself, the version of me who thought I had to earn love, who thought that if I gave enough, they would finally see me. But I was done being that person. One morning, I received another call from Henry. They've given up, he said, his voice steady. Your father knows he's lost. They won't be looking for you anymore. Thank you, Henry, I whispered. You did the right thing. Don't ever let them back in. I hung up and stared out at the city, the skyscrapers gleaming in the morning light, the streets below humming with life. I was no longer their ATM, no longer their victim. And the best part, they had no idea where I was. Only one person knew my secret. Only one person had my trust, and he never betrayed it. From time to time, Henry sent me short updates. Your father wanted to say something. I didn't listen. Your sister tried to ask about you. I said I didn't know, and I always replied with the same two words, thank you. I was free. And for the first time in years, it didn't feel like running away. It felt like a new beginning. My beginning.